All right, let's talk about conformity. I know, it's one of those topics in A-level psychology that can really trip you up. But getting this right, it's a total game changer for your exam grade. We're going to break it down so you can absolutely nail this topic, once and for all. Ready? Let's do this.
So, let's be real for a second. These conformity types, are they easy marks or are they just super easy to mix up? The names kind of sound the same, the ideas feel like they blur together, and trust me, under exam pressure, it's one of the easiest places to drop marks. But here's the good news. It's also a place where you can scoop up some really easy marks if, and this is a big if, you're totally crystal clear on the differences. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now.
Okay, first up, let's talk about compliance. This is the first type, and honestly, it's the most superficial one. Think of it as the shallow end of the conformity pool. You're just going along with things on the surface. It's all about what people see.
Okay, exam mode for a sec. If you're writing a definition, you have to get these keywords in. With compliance, you publicly agree with everyone else, but, and this is the key part, you privately disagree. You don't actually believe it. And another crucial point, the change is only temporary. It only lasts as long as you're with the group. You're just doing it to gain approval, to fit in. This makes it the absolute weakest form of conformity, because deep down, nothing about you has actually changed.
But why? Why do we do this? Well, it all comes down to a really powerful psychological idea called normative social influence. You'll probably see it written as NSI. And it's basically our fundamental human need to be liked. It's that simple. We want to be accepted, so we comply. Not because we think the group is right, but because we're kind of scared of being the odd one out, of being rejected. It really is all about fitting in.
Here's a classic example, and I bet we've all been there in some way. Peer pressure. Imagine your mates are all drinking, and they're pushing you to have one, but you really don't want to. You might just go along with it. Why? To avoid looking uncool or weird. See? Your public action, what you do, changes. But inside, your private belief that you don't want to drink hasn't budged an inch. That is textbook compliance.
All right, let's switch gears. Now we're talking about our second type, internalization. And this is a whole different beast. If compliance was us paddling in the shallow end, with internalization, we're diving headfirst into the deep end. This isn't about just looking like you fit in. This is about genuinely believing.
So the biggest thing to get about internalization is that it's a real change. It's deep. You're not just saying you agree, you genuinely, truly agree with the group. You agree publicly and privately. And that change, it's pretty much permanent. It becomes a part of your own belief system. So the whole motivation shifts. It's not about being liked anymore. It's about wanting to be right.
So what kicks this off? What's the driver here? It's something called informational social influence, or ISI. This tends to happen when we're in a situation and we're just not sure, we're uncertain. Maybe the situation is confusing or ambiguous. So what do? We look to other people for clues, for information. And we basically assume they know more than we do. We conform because we genuinely start to believe that their view is the correct one.
Think about it like this. A fire alarm starts blaring in a building you've never been in before. Total chaos, right? You're completely lost. Then you see a whole bunch of people running confidently in one direction. Are you going to follow them? Yeah, of course you are. But you're not doing it to be their friend or to be liked. You're doing it because you assume they know where the exit is. You're using them as a source of information. You've internalized their action as the right thing to do to get to safety. Okay, you've got the individual pieces. Now for the bit that's going to make it all click. This is the moment that will lock it all in for your exam. Let's put compliance and internalization right next to each other and see how they stack up. The ultimate showdown. Right. This table here, this is pure gold for your revision. Screenshot this, write it down, whatever you need to do. Let's walk through it. Public view. For both of them, you change what you're doing on the outside. Simple. But now, private view, this is the massive difference. With compliance, your real opinion doesn't change. With internalization, it does. And that leads straight to duration. See, compliance is temporary, it's fleeting. As soon as the group pressure is gone, you snap back. But internalization, that's permanent. And it all comes back to the why, the motivation. Remember, compliance is driven by normative social influence, the desire to be liked. Internalization is driven by informational social influence, the desire to be right.
Nailing these 4 distinctions is how you smash that exam question.
Look, if your brain is totally fried and you can only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this sentence. It's the ultimate cheat code to get it right every time. Compliance is for show. Internalization is for real. Simple as that.
So there it is. Compliance versus internalization, completely taken down. But to really make this stick, here's a little challenge for you. For the rest of the day, just watch people, your friends, your family, even characters in a TV show. And ask yourself, is that compliance or is that internalization? Are they just putting on a show or do they actually believe it? Start looking for it and I promise you'll see it everywhere.